I'm Chris Berman. This is Matthew Hasselbeck. Happy Super Bowl.
So excited to be here, Boom. Ready to go.
It.
Ready to go.
Right, Randy? Back in the Super Bowl. Randy Moss.
Go D.
Just keep going. I got you.
How you doing, Boom?
Hi, Randy. Trent Dilfer, slot. You're a slot receiver.
What a
Slot
great
receiver?
season, Boom. You're the best quarterback ever.
I don't
Thank
know,
you.
but it's been fun. Charles Woodson, we made it to the Super Bowl.
We made it. And is Tom Brady in the Super Bowl again?
Again.
I heard he was.
Jeez.
It's unbelievable.
Belichick, too. It's amazing how they pack the same suitcase.
Yeah. They live at the whole city. Wherever the whole city is, that's where they are.
We got everybody, Wendy and Shefty. It's good to see Mort here this week. We got the setup at the set with Susie, and she'll introduce everybody. Super Bowl Sunday statement. So you played in it. What do you got, Matt?
Well, when the Falcons have the ball, everyone's going to watch the ball. But after the ball snapped, don't take your eyes off of center Alex Mack.
Yeah.
Today, Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia are going to line up 350-pound Alan Branch and other comparably sized defensive linemen on Alex Mack to test that fractured fibula that he's playing with in this game. Huge thing that I don't think enough people are talking about. How effective can Alex Mack be with this injury? He's a tough guy. He's suiting up. But can he finish the game?
I played with the same injury. I had a surgery and played through the playoffs the year we went to the Super Bowl. Look, I know he's taking the shot, but that shot is going to wear off fairly quickly. He's going to have to play with some pain.
For me, just looking at anytime you're looking at big games like this, you see a lot of teams in the first quarter, first half in disarray. Timeouts where they need to save those timeouts going into the half. So for me, my Sunday statement, guys, would be looking at the offensive coordinators, how they're going to manage the game. Definitely in the first quarter. Definitely looking at the first half, because if you're out here and you're trying to do all of this different disguising and stuff like that, man, it can become a problem. And this is not the game to have your team confused. So the offensive coordinators, all eyes on them tonight.
I'm going to recycle a Sunday statement I made 5 weeks ago. I said I'd give all you guys the field and 6.5 points if I got the Patriots. I said it 5 weeks ago.
I think I might be in the field.
You want the field? I got the Patriots. I'll give you 6.5. And here's the other thing. I think it could be more than 6.5. I think this thing can get out of hand. If the Patriots play their game and they don't get sloppy, I think this thing got to get out of hand early.
Boom, for me, Sunday statement, not to detract from the guys that made it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Definitely all deserving. But really disappointed in the Hall of Fame voting process that they decided again, consciously, to not vote Terrell Owens into the Hall of Fame. Terrell Owens is definitely a Hall of Fame player. I played against him many a times, and I just can't understand how you can be able to hold a vendetta against a player because he doesn't like you or you don't like him or he didn't talk to you when you wanted him to talk to you. Maybe he was rude at times. I don't know. I don't know him that well to know how he was off the field. But what I do know on the field, he was one of the greatest players of all time. He should be in the Hall of Fame right now. Should have been in last year, in my opinion.
Well, the Patriots would certainly attest to that game that he had as a Philadelphia Eagle playing hurt. They almost
another broken leg guy.
There we go. Yeah. A couple things. Two numbers that stand out to me that I'm most fascinated about, and maybe they'll see if they play today. 13 different guys caught touchdowns for Matt Ryan. None of them are tackles. None of them are him. So is there something else? New England hasn't trailed since late November. Like, you actually can't do that. I mean, I'm not saying they're not going to, but let's just keep that in mind. They haven't been behind since late November. One other thing, and Atlanta will actually like this. So if they win, when they come back next year, is the Georgia Dome going to be gone? Like their home is gone, right? When New England won their first,
they got a new home.
When they came back the next year, their stadium was gone.
Oh, yeah.
The old Sullivan Stadium / Schaefer Stadium / Foxborough Stadium. It wasn't the prettiest, but it was the home of the champs, and it was gone. So maybe both things are gone. Speaking of stadiums, we've only kicked off our Super Bowl statement. It's always a pleasure to work hand in hand, as we do on Mondays, with Susie Culver. Happy Super Bowl.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday, Boom, and everyone else from downtown to our site. Always perfect conditions for football at NRG Stadium. But interesting that as of last night, they hadn't actually finalized whether the roof will be open or closed. The Texans never opened it all year. The NFL would prefer it open. After all, there's going to be a flyover. You want to be able to see the Jets. The official decision will be made 90 minutes before kick. And let me just add that it was raining this morning when we got here, but it seems to be clearing up now. So how about this crew? We've got Hall of Famer Steve Young. We've got wide receiver from the New York Giants, Odell Beckham Jr., and 8 years as an NFL head coach with the Bills and the Jets. Rex Ryan, this is fun, right?
This is great, and I have to say something. True to my prediction that I would be in the Super Bowl.
You guaranteed.
I guaranteed I'd be there.
Or be
and
at
here
the
it is.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I guess it is a little different, but it's great being on the set. You look at this Hall of Fame quarterback. Look at the resume. MVP of the league, twice Super Bowl MVP. Odell Beckham. All he's done is come in here for 3 years, All Pro every year, most catches in the history of the NFL in a 3-year period, and you know what's great? Not that we could have used you with the Jets. We talked about trading up to get him, and no, let's just stay pat. Next pick, he gets taken. Rest is history. I'm sitting on this set.
Emotionally, you okay now? Are you okay?
I'm getting over it.
We're proud to be able to bring you to the Super Bowl, right?
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right, so we heard the guys do their Super Bowl Sunday statements. We've got ours. Why don't you kick us off?
Well, my statement is really about the last time the New England Patriots played an offense like this, the Rams back in early 2000s. You watch that stats of that game. The Rams had 3 points at half. They finished with 17, but they didn't get anything going. They had 450 yards, but didn't put the ball in the end zone. Typical Patriots, right? This is a game today for the Atlanta Falcons is really about getting into the red zone and putting 7. I've always said in championship play, if you start kicking field goals, you're getting closer to losing. Nothing's more true than that today. Watch, my Sunday statement is 3 versus 7. You trade those, you will lose the Patriots every time.
How about you, Rex?
That's interesting. I tell you what, when I look at it, first off, these offenses are unbelievable. I mean, statistically, well, both of them 1 or 3 in the NFL and in total offenses. But, the offensive coaches, they slept like babies last night. They got all the talent, they got all that type of stuff. But every one of those defensive coaches, sleepless nights. So I'm going to be excited about watching the game plan because you can't go out and just be vanilla and expect to be successful. So that's what I'm going to look for on both teams. Seeing how the Patriots try to attack Atlanta, their offense and vice versa, seeing how Atlanta ends up attacking New England.
Odell?
Kind of going off of what he said, about the offenses. The coordinators probably rest easy last night. They know that they could both put up points. I think what it's really going to come down to is that one special teams play or who's going to come up with the stop on defense. And it's those small things in the game that really change the whole dynamic of it. So just finding a way to come up with that stop or to make that extra play on special teams, whether it's down a punt inside the 5 or getting good field position on a kick return or punt return, it'll be the difference in the game.
My Sunday statement is watch how much the officials impact the game. Or maybe a better way would say it, don't impact the game. It's sort of this philosophy of let them play that's a little bit different or maybe a lot different from the regular season to the playoffs. And you have to believe that the Falcons were watching how the Patriots played the Rams in the Super Bowl or even played the Colts in the AFC Championship. The running backs have been told, you're going to get beat up. You're going to get beat up like Marshall Faulk did, like Edgerrin James did.
You're going to be held. You're going to be maimed. Right. You're going to be tackled.
Listen to this. You want tangible proof? Listen, offensive holding penalties from the regular season to the postseason, a 250% decrease per game.
Let them play.
Let them play. All right, so now before we move on, today isn't about Odell. It's not about the New York Giants, but you happen to be a newsworthy guy. So your teammate Victor Cruz said that looking back on it, the trip to Miami that receivers took less than a week before the wild card game wasn't worth it. What did you learn from the whole experience?
Kind of going off of what he said, and I seen his statement, and I talked to him about it, and I think what he was saying was all the extra attention and distraction it caused, for our team and our organization. I don't think any of us wanted that, and that's where the regrets may lie. But as far as going back on it, you live and you learn. You make decisions and you have to live with the consequences, and you have to be willing to do that. And that was the case. It's something that I'll be able to look back on in life, and you just grow from it, and that's all you can do. You have to take it and move on. I can't sit back and keep continuing to dwell on it. Otherwise, I won't really be living life.
So Lambeau Field outside the locker room, those other holes in the wall were mine that I yeah. How's your hand? Is your hand all right?
Honestly, I didn't sit there, and I've learned my lesson about that. So I didn't sit there and punch a wall, man. It was literally, it was a piece of paper, sheetrock, and it just happened.
But trust me, the other holes were mine. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
I left 3 or 4 there.
Oh, that's funny.
You're both okay.
Yeah, my hat's fine. Yeah, we're good.
You know what's great, though? Like everybody, hey, the entire league, what you and everybody else have in common, you're not perfect. I mean, that's just the way it is. But you come play for me anytime. I got to get a job first, but that's the way it goes.
All right.